Hey everyone, my name is Nathan, and today I thought I would do another story time. My first story time was a few months ago, and I talked mostly about meteors and Saturn and all these cool things, and that was pretty cool. But recently I went on vacation, and we went to a beach in South Carolina. It's a pretty famous one. It's Myrtle Beach, and there was a lot of interesting things that happened there. So first of all, I love the ocean. The ocean's probably one of my favorite places to go, like ever. I mean, I can't remember a time that I did not like to go to the ocean. And I don't know. There's a lot of things that have happened at the ocean that could have turned me away from it, but really, it just brought me closer to the ocean because I'll just sit there for hours and hours, and it's probably not good, but it's very fun. It's very fun. So in this particular experience, we were only there for about 2 days in total, and let's just say there was a lot of problems. This is all of my chest is sunburned, like this whole area is sunburned because one day I stayed out there for about 9 hours on the beach. I did not sunbathe or anything. I just went out into the water. I tried to put on sunscreen, but it did not work. And I had a form of like ocean dysphoria, like where like I was in the ocean for so long that I'd start feeling motion in my head, even though I wasn't actually moving, and I felt sick because I think I had sun poisoning, is what they call it, I think. And not to mention, there was a few other things that happened on the beach. So, firstly, I have been stung by a jellyfish before this. I got stung. Well, it wasn't technically a jellyfish. It's called the Portuguese man o' war. And they're an organism. There are two organisms that one is the tentacle of the fish, or like the jellyfish, and then the other is the head, which floats, and it's like shaped kind of like an upside down heart or something. Or yeah, I guess it's the best thing I could think of. And the tentacles are very long. And I got stung by one of those once, and I was wearing a swim shirt, but it still stung right through it. Not very hard, but there's just one little area in the middle of my stomach, but it spread all the way across my stomach. So it was very painful, and that was when I learned that one of the best ways to heal that was with vinegar. But this time was a little different because I'm pretty sure I got stung by a moon jellyfish, which, if you guys don't know, a moon jellyfish is a jellyfish that has four circles on its head. It has pretty short tentacles, and it doesn't sting very bad. Like, not really that bad. But still, for me, it was a little bit of a different story, of course. And so the first thing that I had was like right along this ridge here, and I was like, oh, because I felt like my hand started hurting, and I was like, what just happened? And I realized it was a jellyfish sting whenever it started hurting more. So I realized that it was a jellyfish sting. So I was like, man, there must be a jellyfish around here. And then I think it was the next day, or no, maybe it was yes, it was later that day. I got another jellyfish sting, but this one was a little bit different. As you can see, there's some marks right here from where it happened, and some marks there. So jellyfish, the way the tentacle works is that there's a tentacle, has little barbs, and whenever it touches something or whenever it senses something, it shoots them out, and it sends poison or venom through your bloodstream. Thank goodness moon jellyfish are not that deadly, so it does not kill you, and I did not die, as you can see here. But it is extremely painful for a little while, and it does cause. I'm pretty sure it's like urticaria or something like that, where it has all these welts that form up on your arm, and that's exactly what I had. And then let me tell you, it was not fun. This one, I think, it touched like it came close to my arm, and it touched this side of my arm, and it hurt really bad. It hurt so much worse than the first one. So just bring vinegar next time you guys go to the beach, if you ever do, or if you've ever gone to the beach, or if you ever will. Bring vinegar along, and if you ever get stung by a jellyfish, remember to put vinegar on it. And that's really the only known solution that I know. I'm not a doctor or anything. I just know that it is by far one of the better solutions to a jellyfish sting. So that was one fun part of South Carolina. Another was the sun. The sun was so hot. Like it says like 85, like it was 85 there. It felt like it was 120 degrees out there. I mean, if you're not in the ocean, it is hot. It is very hot. I think anyone can testify that lives on the beach right now. Maybe you get used to it, but I was not used to it. I live way far away from there, and let me just tell you, it is hot. And I was so sunburned. I'm still so sunburned. I can barely even touch my chest without being painful. Um, because where I live, there's no beach. There's definitely no beach. So, one last thing to conclude our story time of the beach and the fun times that I had on there was so sharks are pretty well known to be in the ocean and farther out in the coral reefs, and they're all scary and everything. Um, so I was swimming in the morning on the first full day that we were there. We got there half a day, and then we stayed there another half a day after the whole day. And on the whole day, I was out in the morning, and there was probably I was here. I was like not too far in the water, and I look out, and there is a fin. A fin about like this big, and then a tail fin, and it's only a few feet away from me, like probably like 10 feet away from me. And I'm like, Mom, look. And there was a shark right next to me. And that is extremely dangerous, so don't stay in there. Thank goodness it wasn't a huge shark. It was probably about, probably longer than the screen that you're seeing. It's probably like 4 feet or 5 feet long. And there was multiple shark encounters that day. I got to see multiple sharks that day. There was a lot of people that got out of the water that day. It was definitely something else. I also got a little. So there's a parasite, a little thing that swims around in the ocean. It has little claws that latch onto a fish's tongue, and it eats a fish's tongue, and it becomes the tongue. You could look it up. It's pretty weird. But one of them tried to hook onto me, and I felt it in me. I was like, oh no, and hopefully it's not a jellyfish sting. And I look, I'm like, what is that? And it was just a little baby one. So I didn't really know what to do with it. But yeah, the ocean was overall really fun. I still love the ocean, even if it was a little rocky. Like there were so many seashells on the beach shore that it was a pain to walk through it. There was a lot of crab holes, and there was a lot of cool things. I got to experience low tide. That was interesting. You get to go out farther than you usually would. But yeah, it was just really fun. So if you guys ever go to Myrtle Beach, remember, pack some vinegar. Make sure that you have your shark repellent or whatever. I don't know. There's no such thing as shark repellent. And just enjoy it, and make sure to put on some sunscreen. So yeah, this concludes Beach Storytime Volume 2. Thank you guys for watching.